welcome to this weekend's edition of Uncle Don's Cocktail Hour. Again, I used to call it Friday Night Cocktail Hour, but I've skipped a few Friday nights here, so we're just going to call it Uncle Don's Cocktail Hour videos. So today we're going to make a drink, a modification of a drink called a sidecar. Now, if you aren't familiar with the sidecar, it's a drink that supposedly was invented again right after World War I, and it was named after the motorcycle sidecar, that everybody's heard of. And apparently is claimed by the Ritz Hotel in Paris as having originated there, but who knows exactly where it originated from. It's originally a drink that's made with cognac, an orange flavored liqueur such as Cointreau, triple sec, or something else. We're going to use Cointreau today, and fresh lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice. Well, what we're going to make today is something called a bourbon sidecar, which you're obviously going to swap out the cognac for a decent bourbon. And again, as far as bourbons are concerned, I mean, if you got a really expensive bottle of Pappy Van Winkle or something really expensive like that, probably not a great one that you use to mix a drink with unless you just have money coming out of your ears. We're going to use an Old Forester 1897 bottled in bond Kentucky bourbon. Really good bourbon, good for sipping, good for mixing, a good all-around bourbon. But again, we're going to make a bourbon sidecar today. So, on to the ingredients. Again, we already talked about the spirit portion, and that's going to be the Old Forester. We're going to use a little Cointreau, and then of course I've got my good old-fashioned, freshly squeezed lemon juice. So here's how we're going to begin this one. Of course, we're going to fill up our cocktail shaker. So anytime you see the cocktail shaker, all my friends out there are going to be aware that there's going to be some sort of shake, shake, shake going on. So that should satisfy a group of people out there from high school, and you all know exactly who you are. All right, so what is the mix of ingredients here? Well, basically, we're going to use 2 ounces of bourbon. So let's pour that baby out into there. There we go, and into the cocktail shaker, 2 ounces of your Old Forester 1897 bottled in bond. Actually, bottled in bond is a term that dates back to the Prohibition, when sometimes whiskeys and spirits were made with adulterated products in them, like methanol and other things that could make you go blind or kill you. The term bottled in bond supposedly means that it's a safe, well-made product with those specific guidelines in mind. Cointreau, we're going to add 1 ounce into our drink right here. And again, that's our kind of orange, kind of flavored addition to the drink. And then play around with this recipe a little bit. If you mix it a lot of times the way a lot of people mix them, you'll have an equal amount of Cointreau and lemon juice, so 1 ounce and 1 ounce. To me, it's a little bit too on the sour side. If you like sour, go ahead. But I think when I mixed it with 1 ounce of lemon juice, it kind of threw the balance off. I couldn't really taste the bourbon. I could really only kind of taste the lemon. So I think the whole idea of making a good cocktail is that it's well balanced and all the ingredients add to, and not one takes over the drink. So I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice that I just freshly squeezed right behind me in the kitchen just a little while ago. And there we go. We've got all the ingredients in our shaker. So you know what that means now. Take it away, Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty.
Okay, I think this one's about ready. Because once again, my fingers are sticking to the cocktail shaker. All right, there we go. Now, I like to drink these out of coupe glasses, and this is a nice little coupe glass that you can use for a lot of things. You can make martinis in these, though it's not a classic martini glass. You can drink champagne out of these or other sparkling French or other sparkling wines. You can mix a Manhattan in this if you wanted to, but this is what we're going to put our bourbon sidecar into. So, and again, you can see the nice frosty color. These 2 live in my freezer on a regular basis, along with my 2 martini glasses, because I always want to be ready when a good cocktail needs to be made. So there we go. There is the drink, and then our good old garnish of a nice peel of lemon and I'm going to do the same thing as I always do, just kind of squeeze the oil into there, swim it around the rim, drop it in, and there we go. We have a Bourbon Sidecar. So I hope you all are having a nice weekend, trying to stay cool out there. Let's taste this baby and see. That's perfect. That is perfect. Nicely mixed, nicely balanced. You all have a nice weekend. Stay safe, and Uncle Don loves you all. We'll see you next weekend.